So before we dive deeper into this, I think it's really important you understand that physical therapy school is super competitive. About 5 to 600 people, I believe, yearly apply, and 30 to 70 get offered admission. So when you come in with low stats, you really have to be prepared to apply at least 2 or 3 times before you get offered an interview. That's the reality of it. The sooner you come to terms with that, the better it is for you.
Now, let me show you guys what I was working with the first year I applied to PT school. I mean, this is my cumulative GPA at the time, guys. 2.692. I mean, don't get me wrong, I knew it was low, but I just thought they would let it slide because I had hours at some amazing rehabilitation hospitals. I just thought once they see my name in the application, they would just pull out the red carpet and just welcome me. But God, I was wrong. That year I got 4 rejections. That's when I knew that I had to take a different approach in the next application if I were to even get an interview.
So the first thing I did was focusing on schools that only care about my prerequisite GPA. Why? Let's face it, guys. No matter how many times you retake classes after you graduate, your cumulative GPA won't budge by that much. But I knew that my prereq GPA could change because it only accounts for, I believe, 8 to 9 classes. So once I realized that was doable, I only focus on prereq classes and I make sure I got no less than an A- in them. The second thing I did, and I believe this is actually what got me into PT school, was to do something completely unexpected. Listen, you're competing against people that have 4.0 GPA. So you really have to do something completely different than what they're doing. So what I did was I drove down to the school I wanted. I tracked down some of the professors that work in admission. I approached them and I told them, listen, my name is Berg. I really want to come here. I already applied the first time. I didn't get in. I do not want this to happen again. Can you help me improve my application? And they said, yeah, sure. Why not? They scheduled a meeting with me and they gave me some tips on how to improve. And I went to work. It helped me so much that doing my orientation, doing my interview, it felt like catching up with some of them. By doing that, by having a face-to-face interaction, I was able to show my passion, my drive for the profession, how bad I want to be a PT. I mean, think about it. 500 people are applying during an application cycle. How many people do you think have a face-to-face interaction with the professors before the due date of that application? Very few. You want to be among those very few to show how bad you want it. You want to show who you are. They're going to see who you are. They're not going to see those grades. They're not going to see your grades. They're not going to see your GRE score. They're going to see who you are for you, what kind of person you are, your personality. And that's what you want to show. Thirdly, guys, find an internship. I don't care if you work 40, 80, 100 hours a week, find the time. And preferably find one that's unpaid because that will speak to your character. I can't stress enough on the importance of having an internship in your resume. Doing my internship, I learned stuff that I haven't even seen yet in PT school. Plus, I got a nice little introduction to the business aspect of PT, and all that gets translated into a nice recommendation letter. And you all know how important it is to actually have a good recommendation letter. And if you already worked in a PT clinic, then go find hours somewhere else. Go observe in a different setting. Because it will show that your interest there for the money. You actually are very curious about the field and you want to know more about it before you actually get into PT school. Lastly, guys, y'all got to stay motivated. The road to PT school, when you have low GPA, it's long, it's exhaustive. You're going to get discouraged along the way. So you really need to have something in place to get you right back into gear mode whenever you feel down. And this is what worked for me. I put this on a wall in front of my bedroom, and it was the first thing I saw when I woke up in the morning and the last thing I saw before going to bed. Whenever I was slacking, this will put me right back into beast mode. And after all the hard work, I was able to get this from school. So I had one interview that year and I made the best out of it. Yes, the odds are low when you have low GPA to get into PT school, but I did it, so it's not impossible. So please get to work, do what you have to do, and follow your dream. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't.